All right, so it looks like we're off to Lima.
Looks like it.
Amazing choice. I'm seeing a lot here about the history.
Oh, yeah.
But you also want to know about the cool neighborhoods and,
The nightlife.
yeah, the nightlife.
Of course.
And who doesn't want to snag a good deal?
Yeah, always.
We've got your stack of articles right here.
That's awesome. What I think is so interesting about Lima is that it isn't just a city with history. It's like a city built on history. Like literally layer upon layer.
Wow.
And we can definitely pull out all the highlights that you're looking for.
Okay.
But I think you're going to be fascinated by just how much depth there is.
Okay, I'm already intrigued. When we talk about layers of history,
Yeah.
where's the best place to actually see that?
The Plaza Mayor.
Okay.
This isn't just some square.
Right.
This has been the heart of Lima since Francisco Pizarro founded the city back in 1535.
Wow.
So imagine, nearly 500 years of history have just unfolded right there.
Wow. And you mentioned Pizarro. Isn't he actually buried
In the cathedral?
in the cathedral there?
He is.
Wow.
And the cathedral itself is incredible.
Yeah.
It's this blend of architectural styles. You can see Renaissance and Baroque.
Oh, wow.
And even like neoclassical periods all in one building.
So it's like a physical timeline
Exactly.
of the artistic evolution.
Exactly.
Wow, that's a great point. I bet you could spend hours just like deciphering all the details
Absolutely.
in those walls. But then, from what I'm seeing here, just a short hop away, you've got Miraflores,
Yeah.
the modern upscale district. Talk about a contrast.
Totally. Yeah. Miraflores shows how Lima has just embraced the 21st century.
Yeah.
Sleek high rises, boutique shopping, incredible restaurants, and that gorgeous coastline.
Yeah. And even there, history peeks through.
That's with the folk.
Pucllana.
Yeah.
I'm picturing this ancient pyramid all lit up at night.
Yes.
And you're having dinner with that as your backdrop.
I know.
Pretty cool, right?
Spectacular.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of Lima.
Yeah.
You can be sipping a very modern cocktail,
Yeah.
but with the view of a pre-Incan temple,
Right.
it makes you realize just how much has happened in this one place.
Okay, so we've got the Plaza Mayor
Yeah.
for that classic historical experience.
Mm-hmm.
But your notes also flagged the Larco Museum.
The Larco Museum.
What makes it so special?
One of the world's largest collections of pre-Columbian art.
Wow.
But it's not just the quantity, it's the stories that these pieces tell.
Right.
So, for instance, they have this fascinating collection of Moche pottery.
Right.
And some of it is, well, let's just say it gives you a very candid look at their beliefs about fertility and sexuality.
Oh, okay. I did not expect that.
Yeah.
I am definitely adding that to my list.
True.
It sounds like something that you just wouldn't see just anywhere. Okay, so we've got the big historical hits.
Yeah.
Now, I'm curious about the neighborhoods that are maybe a little more under the radar.
Yeah.
You highlighted Barranco in your notes.
Okay.
What's the vibe there?
That's where Lima's artistic soul really shines.
Okay.
Think cobblestone streets,
Mm-hmm.
vibrant street art, and colorful colonial mansions
Yeah.
that have been turned into cafes, art galleries,
Okay.
music venues. So it's a bit bohemian, a bit romantic,
Okay.
and the perfect place to just wander and soak up that creative energy.
I am already picturing myself lost in these streets,
Yeah.
discovering little hidden courtyards
I know, right?
and cafes.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing. Any specific spots in Barranco we should check out?
Don't miss the Bridge of Sighs.
Okay.
It's this beautiful wooden bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And legend has it that if you make a wish while you're holding your breath crossing it,
Okay.
your wish will come true.
Wow. Okay.
And it's especially magical at night when it's all lit up.
So romantic stroll across the Bridge of Sighs at night.
Yeah.
Making a wish.
Exactly.
Got it. What about something totally different? I see you've also mentioned the Parque de las Leyendas.
Parque de las Leyendas, this one is a bit offbeat. It's a zoo, but it's built around actual archaeological ruins.
What?
So imagine like seeing jaguars roaming near 2,000-year-old temples.
Wait, jaguars?
Yeah.
Near ancient temples?
Yes.
That's a combination I never would have thought of.
Oh.
You're right. That is totally unique to Lima. Okay, so we've covered some really fascinating historical sites.
Yeah.
A couple of cool neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to the food, because your research here suggests Lima is a foodie paradise.
Yes.
One article even calls it the gastronomic capital of Latin America.
It is.
Bold statement.
It is. It's true.
And it's absolutely earned.
Absolutely earned.
Okay.
You are going to be blown away by just the diversity and the quality of the cuisine. You've
Right.
got fresh seafood from the Pacific.
Yeah.
incredible Andean ingredients and influences from all over the world.
Okay.
It's a really exciting culinary scene.
So you've got this incredible fusion of cultures and cuisines.
Yeah.
It sounds like there's something for everyone. Obviously, we have to talk about ceviche. I mean, it's the national dish for a reason, right?
Absolutely.
What makes it so special?
Oh, let me tell you, the ceviche in Lima is on another level.
Okay.
It's all about the freshest seafood, perfectly marinated in that lime juice with just the right touch of spice.
Okay.
But here's a little insider tip.
Okay.
Don't just go to any restaurant.
Right.
Look for a place called a cevicheria.
Cevicheria.
Yeah, these are restaurants that specialize in ceviche.
Okay.
And they are the real deal.
Got it. So, cevicheria. Now I have to ask about the Pisco Sour.
Ah, yes.
It's one of those cocktails that just seems to be synonymous with Peru.
It is.
What's the story there?
Well, the Pisco Sour is made with pisco, which is a type of brandy that's actually produced right here in Peru.
Oh, cool.
It's a bit of a point of national pride.
Okay.
The cocktail itself is a blend of pisco, lime juice, simple syrup, egg white, and a dash of bitters. Tart, frothy, and dangerously delicious.
Okay. I'm getting thirsty just hearing you describe it. Now, you mentioned that Lima has influences from all over the world.
Yes.
And I'm seeing some notes here about Nikkei cuisine.
Nikkei.
What is that exactly?
So Nikkei is this amazing fusion of Peruvian and Japanese flavors.
Oh, wow.
And it came about in the late 19th century with the arrival of Japanese immigrants to Peru.
Okay.
What they did was incredible.
Yeah.
They took their traditional Japanese techniques and they combined them with Peruvian ingredients.
Wow.
To create something totally new and unique.
So what kind of dishes would I find on a Nikkei menu? Like, give me some examples.
Well, one of the most popular Nikkei dishes is tiradito.
Okay.
It's kind of like sashimi, but with a Peruvian twist.
Okay.
So instead of soy sauce, you have this vibrant marinade made with lime juice, ají amarillo peppers, and cilantro. It just bursts with flavor.
Okay, tiradito is officially on my must-try list. And of course, no foodie adventure would be complete without exploring the street food scene.
Oh, of course not.
What are some of the highlights there?
You have to try anticuchos.
Anticuchos, okay.
So these are skewers of grilled beef heart.
Okay.
Marinated in this spicy, smoky sauce. I know, beef heart might sound intimidating.
Yeah.
But trust me, it's tender,
Okay.
it's flavorful, and it's a true Lima classic.
All right, anticuchos challenge accepted. I'm seeing something here called picarones.
Picarone.
What are those?
Picarones are like Peruvian donuts.
Okay.
Made with sweet potato and squash, deep fried, and then drizzled with this delicious chancaca syrup.
Oh, wow.
They're crispy, they're sweet.
Yeah.
The perfect way to end a meal on a sweet note.
Okay, my mouth is watering. Now let's go back to some of these amazing neighborhoods we were talking about.
Sure.
We touched on Barranco.
Yeah.
But I want to hear more. You mentioned it's kind of where the artists hang out.
It is.
Is there like a particular place where that creative energy is really palpable?
Dedalo.
Dedalo.
So Dedalo is this incredible art space in Barranco.
Okay.
It's this labyrinth of galleries, workshops, and boutiques, all showcasing the work of local artists and designers.
Wow.
You can find everything from paintings and sculptures to jewelry and textiles.
So it's like a feast for the eyes.
It is.
And a great place to pick up a unique souvenir.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Dedalo for art lovers.
Yeah.
What about music? Is there a live music scene in Barranco?
Absolutely. There are tons of bars and clubs with live music in Barranco.
Okay.
One place that stands out is La Noche.
Okay.
It's this intimate jazz club that draws some of the best musicians in the city.
Whoa, nice.
It's a really special place to catch a show and just soak up that bohemian atmosphere.
Perfect. Now, you mentioned that Miraflores is known for its upscale restaurants.
Yes.
And its stunning views.
Yes.
What are some specific places we should check out there?
If you are looking for a truly unforgettable dining experience, you have to try Central.
Central, okay.
It's consistently ranked as one of the best restaurants in the world.
Wow.
And for good reason, the chef, Virgilio Martinez, is a visionary. And his tasting menu is a journey through the diverse ecosystems of Peru.
Oh, wow.
Each dish is like a work of art, both visually and in terms of flavor.
Wow. Central sounds incredible. But what about something a little more casual?
Yeah.
Maybe with those ocean views I've been hearing about.
La Mar.
La Mar.
It's right on the coast in Miraflores.
Okay.
And they specialize in ceviches and other fresh seafood dishes.
Perfect.
It's the perfect place to enjoy a leisurely lunch or dinner with the Pacific Ocean as your backdrop.
Okay, that sounds amazing. So we've got fine dining at Central.
Yep.
fresh seafood with a view at Lamar.
Yeah.
But what about some options that are a little more budget-friendly?
Of course.
I'm guessing Lima has something for everyone, right?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
One of the best things about Lima is that you can eat incredibly well without breaking the bank.
Right.
So, for example, in the Mercado Cerquillo,
Okay.
you can find these amazing food stalls
Oh, cool.
serving up traditional Peruvian dishes at very reasonable prices. It's a great place to sample a variety of flavors and experience the local culture.
So the Mercado Cerquillo is a must for budget-conscious foodies. Now, let's shift gears a bit and talk about getting around Lima.
Sure.
I know the city is pretty spread out, so what's the best way to navigate it all?
Well, taxis are plentiful and relatively inexpensive,
Okay.
but traffic can be a bit chaotic.
Right.
Another option is to use the Metropolitano,
Okay.
which is the city's bus rapid transit system.
Gotcha.
It's a fast and efficient way to get around, especially if you're traveling during peak hours.
Good to know. And what about safety?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything we should be aware of as tourists?
Like any big city, Lima has its share of petty crime. So it's always a good idea to be aware of your surroundings and take precautions.
Yeah.
Avoid flashing expensive jewelry or large amounts of cash.
Right.
And be careful with your belongings, especially in crowded areas. But overall, Lima is a safe city,
Okay.
and you should feel comfortable exploring it.
That's reassuring to hear. Now, we talked about some of the must-see historical sites, like the Plaza Mayor and the Larco Museum. But for someone who really wants to delve deeper into the history of Peru,
Yeah.
what would you recommend?
If you're fascinated by ancient civilizations, you should definitely visit the ruins of Pachacamac.
Pachacamac, okay.
It's about an hour south of Lima,
Okay.
and it was once a major ceremonial center for several pre-Incan cultures.
Wow.
You can explore the temples, the palaces, and plazas of this ancient city,
Yeah.
and just imagine what life was like centuries ago.
So a day trip to Pachacamac
Yes.
is a must for history buffs.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about shopping.
Okay.
What are some unique things that we can bring back from Lima?
Well, Peru is known for its beautiful textiles,
Okay.
especially alpaca wool.
Oh, nice.
You can find everything from sweaters and scarves to blankets and rugs.
Yeah.
The quality is incredible, and it's a great way to support local artisans.
Okay. Alpaca wool noted. And what about something a little more, well, quirky?
If you're looking for something truly unique,
Yeah.
head to the Witches Market in Gamarra District.
The Witches Market. What?
It's this fascinating place where you can find all sorts of traditional remedies, potions, and amulets.
Okay, are you serious?
I am completely serious.
Oh my gosh, the Witches Market.
It's amazing.
Okay, I'm definitely intrigued.
You should be.
It sounds like one of those experiences you wouldn't find anywhere else.
It is.
Now, I know we've covered a lot of ground here,
We have.
but I want to make sure that we leave our listener with some practical tips
Yeah.
for planning their trip.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned earlier that flight and hotel booking websites
Yeah.
can be useful,
Yeah.
but it's important to use them strategically.
Right?
Can you elaborate on that?
Sure. These websites are great for comparing prices
Yeah.
and getting a sense of what's available,
Right.
but they don't always tell the whole story. Sometimes you can actually get a better deal by booking directly with the airline or hotel.
Okay.
And it's always worth checking for hidden fees
Right.
and reading the fine print before you click that Book Now button.
That's great advice. And what about money matters?
Okay.
What's the best way to handle currency in Lima?
The local currency is the Peruvian sol,
Okay.
and you can easily exchange money at banks and exchange bureaus throughout the city.
Okay.
Credit cards are widely accepted, especially in tourist areas.
Mm-hmm.
But it's always a good idea to have some local currency on hand,
Yeah.
especially for smaller purchases and tips.
Okay, so have some souls handy for those tips and smaller purchases.
Exactly.
Got it. What about tipping in general? Is it customary in Lima?
Yes, tipping is customary in Peru.
Yep.
And it's a way to show your appreciation for good service.
Okay.
In restaurants, a 10% tip is standard.
Mm-hmm.
For taxi drivers, you can round up the fare or tip a few sols.
Good.
And for bellhops and porters, a couple of sols per bag is appropriate.
Good to know. I always like to be prepared when it comes to tipping etiquette. Now, before we wrap up this part of our deep dive,
Yeah.
are there any other essential pieces of advice you'd like to share with our listener?
Yes, I'd say the most important thing is to embrace the unexpected.
Oh.
Lima is a city full of surprises.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to venture off the beaten path and explore.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to the locals, try new foods,
Right.
and just let yourself be enchanted by the magic of this incredible city.
That's beautiful advice.
Thank you.
And I think it applies to travel in general, right?
It does.
Being open to new experiences.
Yeah.
And allowing yourself to be surprised is what makes a trip truly memorable.
I think so.
I love that.
Yeah.
So you've got this incredible mix of history, culture, cuisine, and adventure.
And don't forget the warmth of the people.
Oh, yeah.
Peruvians are known for their hospitality
Right.
and their love of sharing their culture with visitors.
That's so important. When you feel welcome somewhere, it just makes the whole experience so much richer.
Okay.
Now, I know we've given our listener a ton of information to digest.
I know, right?
But before we let them go, I want to circle back to something you said earlier.
Okay.
About Lima being a city built on history.
Right.
Layer upon layer.
Yeah, it's not just about seeing those individual sites.
Right.
It's about understanding how they all connect to each other.
Yeah.
How they tell the story of Lima's evolution over time.
Exactly. So for our listener who's about to embark on this journey, what's the one key takeaway you'd want them to keep in mind?
I'd say pay attention to those layers.
Okay.
Look for the traces of the past and the present.
Yeah.
Notice how ancient traditions have influenced modern life.
Mm-hmm.
Lima isn't just a collection of sites.
Right.
It's a living, breathing tapestry.
Wow.
Woven from centuries of history and culture.
Beautifully said. So as you wander through the Plaza Mayor, imagine the Incan city that once stood there. As you sip a Pisco Sour, remember the legacy of the Spanish conquistadors and the arrival of Japanese immigrants.
Exactly.
And as you explore those vibrant neighborhoods, the bustling markets, and the stunning coastline, just let yourself be swept away by the energy and spirit of this incredible city.
I agree.
Lima is a place that will surprise you.
Yes.
Challenge you, and ultimately leave you with a deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you.
Absolutely.
So go forth and discover it.
Yeah.
And remember, when you're ready for your next deep dive, just send us your research.
Yeah.
And we'll be here to guide you.
We will.
Happy travel.
Happy travels.